All right, fantastic. If you're here for the replay, really appreciate you spending your time with me. And I was working on this piece earlier this morning and got called away for a coffee event. So that was fantastic. Set the record on that. And we'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah. I was working on this eyeball, these eyeballs, fantastic. Get some words. I was working on these eyeballs and I wasn't very happy with where I'd got to, so this afternoon that's what I'm cracking on with, seeing if I can just rescue them a bit. Zoom in on my reference photo and see where I'm going wrong. So if you're watching on the replay, I might just be a little quieter to begin with. So I just concentrate on trying to get this so I write. You might pull out some pastels, but if you're joining on the stream, feel free to just drop me a hi and I'll acknowledge you. Hopefully I'm not standing way off the camera. Just get a bit of an outline going there. See if we can just get the color tone right. Maybe this little applicator here. Some light. Maybe a pointed one might work better. Might be up there. That's it. Now we're getting there, David. So in this painting, I'm trying to if you're tuning in for the first time, I had finished it last year, and then I got better at painting, and so I've come back to this one. See if I can just make it a bit more special. And I was saying this morning, a lot of it is to do, the more painting you do, the more your eyes adjust. It's like seeing in the dark. You know, when the lights are turned off, first of all, everything's black. Then as your eyes adjust, you start making out shapes and tones, and eventually you can walk around without blundering. And art is a lot like that, and that you start off in the dark and you're kind of just blundering. At least I was. Those with natural talent don't have that issue. For those of us who have really got to work it, you're trying to, sometimes you're teaching not just your hands how to control, manipulate your fingers to do what you want them to do, but you're teaching your eyes how to see differently. And that, when it happens, is fantastic. But getting it to happen can be quite the thing. Hello, viewer. Welcome. I'm just standing here, chatting away to myself as I work on this. I'm trying to finish off this painting. I'm actually really happy with it compared to where I was this morning. It needs some micro touches to bring it to life. And with Pastel, which is what I'm using, you're wondering what this weird brush type thing is in my hand. Little foam applicator. And it picks up you just rub it across the pen and it will pick up the pastel and deposit it very nicely on the paper, which is pastel matte. At least that's how it's supposed to work in theory. In reality, it can be a bit more stressful than that. And I'm trying to get a uniform colours. Somewhere, this particular painting, I'd gone a bit cold. Just need a tiny... So it had gone a bit cold, and I've got to warm their skin up. Without losing the integrity of the painting. I feel a little bit like I'm doing art restoration at the moment. Okay, it's not so bad. Turquoise going. Turquoise has become favourite to play with. Although I need to fix up his hand a little bit. Let me just check screen. Zoom out a bit. Oops, that's zooming in. So I put a swathe of turquoise on his hand, which is great. And I don't mind that, but when I step away a little far, it's just a little too much. So we want to darken that a bit. Goes into the shadows in his hand. A bit darker. Right, how am I going to fix that? Let's say, think. Put some orange down. It's good enough. But I get the right blend. That's it. That's what I wanted. All right, there's our camera position. Okay, we're zoomed all the way up. All right, so I'm going to do a bit of work. Maybe I'll still do a little bit on his face. That hand's just where it needs to be now. Could be a little bit better definition around the knuckles. Oh, do we dare go in and try and do those? We do. So that's how we roll. Bit of umber. I want to crack on with this painting. Before I get into the next stream, it felt like this one needed just a bit more time than really wanted to give to it. With painting is you give up too quick. You're left with amateur hour. And that's not the quality I'm going for. When I came back to this painting, I thought, it's amateur. It's not good enough. Is his face gone? If you're gonna, we might just tone down these creases. I think these creases are just a bit too, they're a bit too harsh. Problem. Fill them in. Some ochre dark. Try and catch the light. Beneath those wrinkles. Something like that. And a little bit of really dark permanent red in there. Just a hint. I mean, he is concentrating as he's dancing with her. I don't want it to too overpowering. Just finding the right balances. That's what we're always looking for, balance. If Pastel ever asks me to create a set, which is a goal of mine, David Kitchen portrait set, turquoise is going to be such a part of that set. Clean that up. What I'm after. Just a hint of shadow. So, and now for his lips. Can we do that, his lips, without destroying him? We will try. Just going to put some pure turquoise there and just change my mind at the last minute. We'll just use a shade. That's it. We are getting into the tiny details here. That's okay. I think I want a slightly warmer the blush on his lip. And at the moment it's a sort of a tint of permanent red. And this is what I'm after. We can zoom in, show you that. So it's pretty tiny. Oops, wrong way. And just this. So I'm just trying to adjust the light on his lips. Make sure the same light is on the top of his lip. And so we've got this orange tint and turquoise for a shadow. That seems to work for me. I'm very happy with, zoom out again, this red under her chin is a reflection of the dress she's wearing. So she's got a beautiful red dress on. I'm going to do a little bit on her back. So at the bottom of this painting, down here, this is her back. I'll state the obvious, David. And in the reference photo, I'll just pop up the reference photo so you can see it. Transition, there we go. If you can just, it's very dark. It's hugely dark, their clothes. And that's purely because that's how a camera picks it up. And but our eyes are better than a camera's, and we'll see those shadows. So we don't do it quite as dark as we see, but what I want to do is I'm going to use my turquoise. Let's try. I might need to warm her up a bit. Put some dark orange down here. And then we'll add, might need to block that up somehow. I do that. A couple of these rubbers. See if we can just raise this up. One there. And one there. That going to play nice? It's not so bad. What's my camera shot look like? Yeah, okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So I need to just get warm up her skin. I'm going to use this orange because a lot of her back is now in orange. And we might try a bit of umber as well. Yeah, just pull that down a bit more than what it was. Now for the curvature of her muscles. And I frame my pictures to the very edge. So the in the frame, there's about 5mm on each side, and so I'll come back and just bring the borders out a little bit more for that. I just want a little bit more heat. Just a little bit more heat in her skin. Just drop an orange in. Some nice translucent skin. Then we're going to come in with swap my applicator. Now I'm going to come down with a dark turquoise. This is turquoise extra dark. And we'll switch to just a shade on the other side. It's not quite as dark in that spot. Looking for a blend. Pretty dark. Yeah. I might put a bit of permanent red and just we'll see if we can get some. Here we go. Works for me. You might go, oh, you've just painted over all that orange you put in. And that's partly true. But the orange will still show through. Back to her dress, what happens with her dress is just about here, swings back into the red. Right here. Like that. I want to sit on top of that red. I will need a blue. Try a dark. Yep, that's it. We'll use that to give us more of a line. Then there's, oddly, her skin. There's a bit of light that's striking her. Just around here. I'm going to pull that a little bit of light, which is a very grey, little grey fold of skin going on there. I'm just trying to capture it properly. And often when you're painting, you're kind of going a little bit back and forth to see what works and what doesn't. Some PM pastelists, and normal pastelists as well will they'll have a side of their painting, and they'll be doing test colours all the way on that. But I like blending on the actual page. Now I'm gonna that same sort of grey that I've done there, I now want to bring across. On this part of her back. Let's make sure that's in shot. Yes, it is. Sometimes I move the camera and without realizing it, I've moved it out of frame, so I'm busy working away, but no one can actually see what I'm doing. The muscle that's just in here. I'm going to try and capture that. Just get that, not get straight lines. Right, so while I'm down here now, I can start work on his hand, because that too needs some adjustment. Some a bit death-like. Which, you know, it wasn't too bad a painting when I did it. I spent quite a lot of time. It's probably already had 16 hours spent on it. But just, I'd done some wrong colour choices. So, time to sort of try and fix that up. Make him look less of a cadaver. Is that the right way of saying it? Cadaver? Dead person. And to do that, we fill in these ochres. Just dab them and that will that'll fix it. Plus get way more turquoise in. Sorry if I'm doing these sort of Captain Kirk long pauses. I find it hard to talk and paint at the same time. And you're probably going, oh, you've been blabbing on all this time. Well, I don't have a soundtrack going, so gotta try and give you a little bit of a commentary about what I'm doing, so it's not completely boring. We can have a little bit of boring, but not complete boring. I don't want to do too much on his when I look at it. Some nice bits of work I'd done on that hand. Just really wanted to warm it up. Let's clean that up. It's not bad. It's not bad, David. Ah. Nice. Blend in some of that turquoise. All right. I need to just step back a bit, have a look. See, how's it hanging together? Still got a little bit of action here. Bit of blending. Nearly there on that eyeball. Better. Bit more red, I think. Yeah. Okay, so what have I done today? I've fixed her back. I've fixed her arm, fixed hand. That hand probably. Let's just look at those knuckles. I'm not sure those knuckles are really exactly where I want them to be. Knock them back a wee bit. But it's the suggestion of a hand. It's not perfection of a hand. That is what I'm aiming for loose, not tight. I have to remind myself sometimes when to pull back and not carried away. This is pretty good. I think maybe that eye should have been just a little bit longer. That's what it needs. Let's get a charcoal pencil. I've got a charcoal handy. Where are they? This one. It just needs to pull out a bit more. That's not bad. Sometimes it's just a little tweak here and there. His face is looking more gentle. This is a bit better. It's not perfect. I'll bring up the reference photo so you can do a comparison. Reset transition. Okay, so that's what I'm working from, and this is where we're at. And if I turn off the studio light, you'll see the colors more true. So it's, it's not. It is getting a little darker here, but this is what I'm seeing as I do it. So I think that's working for me. It's a lot better than where it was when I first started coming back to touch it up. So I'm going to leave the stream there. Thank you very much to those who watched. Really appreciate you spending time with me. And I'll be on to my next painting to get ready for the exhibition, I think. There might be a little bit I might come back and do, but I'll probably do that outside of stream. I'll show it off again. I'll post a picture on my community page of the finished painting. But I think that's it for now. So thank you very much for joining me. Cheers.